As we move on to 6.3, you're again going to see this title, Solving Systems. So we're still solving for x and y, given two equations, but today's method, you're going to learn this thing called elimination. So we have already learned how to graph, right? That was in section 6.1. And in 6.1, we also talked briefly about how we can use tables. And then in 6.2, we talked about how you can use substitution to solve. Well, today in 6.3, you're going to use this method called elimination. Now, there is also another name for it in case you hear the other name. The other name is called the addition-subtraction method, or it is also called linear combination. So you got a lot of words to kind of memorize if I say elimination, or if I say the addition or subtraction method, or if I say linear combination. So what is this linear combination? What is elimination? It is another way of solving for variables other than graphing and substitution. All right. In this method, you will line the equations up to match each other. And you add vertically so that something cancels. If nothing will cancel after you've lined them up, get rid of that S, I'm sorry. If nothing will cancel after you line them up, you may need to multiply one or both of the equations by a constant. We're going to start very easy today. You're going to love this at the beginning. And then we're going to get more detailed and a little more difficult as we progress on through the lesson, okay? Just like graphing was really easy and like substitution started easy, I'm going to present the challenge to you at the end. We're going to start with easier problems. We can do the got it or the solve it whenever we get together tomorrow. All right, you ready to start practicing? What is the solution? And we're going to use elimination. Look at the two equations, number 1 and number 2. Now what I want you to do for elimination is eye them up vertically. Can you guys see when I eye these up vertically? Let's put a star here. Look at the 5s. We have a 5y and we have a negative 5y. Do you see them? What do you know about 5y and negative 5y? They're going to cancel out. These two are what I call, they are ready. They are already set up for you. Somebody was really nice. Notice the x's are in a line, the y's are in a line, the equal signs in a line, and the constants are in a line. This is how your problem should look. When they're already the same, you simply draw like you would old school addition. You draw a big old line on there, and you add. 2x and 6x makes 8x. The 5y's cancel out, and 17 minus 9 is 8. Well guys, look at that. 8x equals 8. Divide by 8, x is 1. I know right now you're thinking, wow, this is so easy. Why wouldn't everybody use this? Well, because it's going to get more difficult, okay? You're going to have to learn when to pick items that you think work best. All right, put a circle so we got an answer. Now you get to pick either equation. So now what we're going to do now is pick either equation. I would pick your favorite one, whichever one you think is easier. Pick either equation and plug in x equals 1. Okay? So I'm just going to do 2x plus 5y equals 17. Notice a lot of people think the 5y cancels out all the time. No, it just cancels out when we do this addition part. Okay, plug in the 1, so 2 times 1 plus 5y equals 17. That's 2 plus 5y equals 17. Take the 2 over. 5y equals 17. Or, excuse me. When you take the 2 over, 5y equals 17 minus 2 is 15. There we go, that looks better. And y, when you divide by 5, is 3. Boom, right? Basic algebra skills. We write our answer. 1, 3. If you want to check it, plug the x and the y into both equations, and notice you will get the correct answer both times. So pretty cool when it lines up. It's pretty plain, simple, to the point, right? Now let's go ahead and practice one more easier one before we get a little more difficult. Notice in this problem, again, it just so happens that the y's cancel out. It's not like you always have to cancel out the y's. It's just these are really making themselves, lend themselves to y, because -6 and 6, guess what? Boom, boom, they cancel each other out, right? So you get 5 and 3 makes 8x, and -32 and 48. By the way, you should try to do this, not just write down my answers, because it kind of looks like you guys need to work on your positives and negatives a little bit to me. So we get 16, 48 minus 32, divide by 8. X is 2. So look, we're already halfway there. I am going to pick, I don't know, just to prove to you it doesn't matter which equation you pick, I'm going to pick 3x plus 6y equals 48. Maybe you like that equation because you don't have to deal with negatives. And plug in the 2. 3 times 2 plus 6y equals 48. See what I'm doing? Just plugging it in and solving now. 6 plus 6y equals 48. Right? Take away 6. 6y equals 40. I hope you get it, right? What's 48 minus 6? You can do it. 42. Did you try it on your own? Divide by 6. Y is 7. As my old teacher would say, looky, looky, archway cookie, you're all done. All you have to do is put in parentheses, the answer is 2, 7. If you want to check it and prove me right, I'd be more than happy for you to do that. Plug in x, plug in y, and you will get 2 true statements in both equations. Oh yay, a word problem. I know you love word problems, so we're going to move on. I know it says multiple choice, but you can see I clearly took it away because I'm a jerk. Okay? The theater club sells a total of 101 tickets. Ooh, I see a total. Okay. To its first play. A student ticket is $1 and an adult ticket is $2.50. Total ticket sales are $184. Ooh, I see another total. All right, I like to write down my totals. How many student tickets are sold? So student tickets, let's call those ones X, and adult tickets, let's call those one Y. All right? So the total, X plus Y, since they're the number of tickets, is 101. The total price is, oh, I'm running out of lead. The total price is 1X, because it's $1 for every student, and 2.50 Y, because it's $2.50 for every adult. Now, if we look at these, unfortunately, nothing cancels, does it, guys? So we can draw a little sad face, and we could say nothing cancels. While they are lined up, nothing cancels. Now, you might be thinking the x's cancel. Well, you're close, but you're wrong, because that's a positive x and a positive x. Positive doesn't cancel a positive, guys, so watch what I'm going to do. I am going to multiply this whole thing by -1 because in math that's allowed, as long as you do it to both sides. And watch what I get. I'm going to write my answer right there. You ready? When I distribute in a -1, I get -101, because I'm distributing this -1 whoosh, all the way to the beginning, equals -1x minus 1y. Do you see what happened there? I distributed my -1 to my top equation. Looky, looky, as my old teacher would say, right? Your teachers will always stick with you. Looky, looky, archway cookie. Look at your x's now. This x cancels with this x. 164 minus 101 is 63. You knew that, right? Because you did it in your head. And 250 minus 1, you know this, 250 minus 1 is 150y. 1.50y. Divide each side by 150, everybody. And you will get 42. You might need a calculator for that one. Hey, we're halfway there. All we have to do now is solve for x. I like the top equation better than the bottom equation because the bottom equation has bigger numbers and it has a decimal. So I'm going to do x plus, oh man, there went my lead. There we go. I'm going to do x plus y equals 101. That was the top equation. I find it the easier equation. And I'm going to plug in 42 for y, because after all, that is what we got. And I'm going to take away 42, and x will be 59. Remembering that student tickets are x and adult tickets are y, we're going to make our statement. How many student tickets are sold? Let's answer the question. They sold 59 student tickets. Keep your work nice and organized. That way if you have questions, you can ask them, okay? They sold 59 student tickets. And if you don't believe me, add 59 and 42, you get 101. Multiply 51 by $1, multiply 42 by 250, and you will get $164 when you add it. All right, this is fun. Why not try another one? Washing 2 cars and 3 trucks takes 130 minutes. You have a lot of vehicles, apparently. Washing 2 cars and 5 trucks takes 190 minutes. How long does it take to wash each type of vehicle? Are we ready? I see 2 totals. I hope you see 2 totals as well. Do you see the total of 130? Do you see the total of 190? Those are total minutes, aren't they? Well, 130 comes from 2 times x, in other words, 2 for 2 cars for x amount of minutes for the cars. X this time represents how many minutes. And 3y, 3 trucks times how many minutes it takes for a truck. And 190 is 2, because they did 2 cars for x minutes, and 5y, because they did 5 trucks for y minutes. Ready to solve? Unfortunately, nothing cancels. Aw, sad face. Nothing cancels, right? If you draw the sad face, it makes you feel a little better. At least it's a little more fun, okay? Nothing cancels. But if I take, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter which one. I do see that the x's, all I gotta do is vroom, vroom, right? Multiply through by a -1. Because if I multiply through by a -1, I will get -130. And watch this magic. I get -2x. Now the reason that getting -2x is so good is because look, now it cancels with that positive 2x. And then I get a -3y. So we're kind of, for right now, we're kind of ignoring the top equation, aren't we? And we're just going to focus on these 2 equations we just made. Well, 190 minus 130 is 60. You knew that, right? 2 minus 2, bam, crosses out. That is the whole point of what we just did. And 5 minus 3 is 2y. Well, looky, archway cookie, y is 3. 30 is what I mean, not 30. 30. Alright, now if we have y, we need x. I don't care which equation you pick. You could pick, watch what I'm pointing at. Are you ready? You can pick equation 1, you can pick equation 2, you can pick equation 3, but you may not pick equation 4. You can pick 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to pick number 1 because, well, it's first. Okay, I'm going to pick 130 equals 2x plus 3y. I'm going to do 130 equals 2x plus 3 times what we just solved for. 3 times 30, we solved for y. See it right there? Ta-da. That's 130 equals 2x plus 90. If I'm going too fast, pause the video. Take away 90, you all know, right? Well, you know how to do this. 90, 90, right? You know how to do this. 130 minus 90, you got it. 40 equals 2x. Divide by 2, I'm running out of room, but that's okay because look, guys, we are at our answer. X is 20. Now it says, how much does it take to watch each type of vehicle? So let's draw an arrow for our answer. It takes 30 minutes to wash what? Well, what is y? Y was a truck. Right? And it takes 20 minutes to wash, what was x? X was how long it takes to wash a car. Look at that. We got our answer. Not too shabby, right? You guys are okay? Alright, if you have a question, don't forget to be writing it down. Let's flip over. The next step, they are not going to cancel out quite as pretty. Aw, bummer, right? Well, I promised you it would get harder as we move along. I'm going to pause this video and we're going to do it on the next video. So get ready, some exciting stuff is coming up.